So like I can explain a bit with my decision making, right? That can help you climb to challenger, because the things that I'm about to explain you, which is the what and when concept, I'll explain only this, okay? So in general, you have to think, what does your team composition want to do? I would say that I want to play towards the volatile lanes, which is mid slash bot lane. And considering that's the volatile lanes, well, they got my bot lane. Yeah, I can invade his top side here. He literally blew into my bot lane. I mean, I can still go top side here, right? So I'm really sure that Kayle didn't put down a ward. Knowing that he didn't put down a ward, right? And knowing that he probably cannot. But let's say if he's gonna put down. Let's see. Okay, so here's the thing. Never ping. Never do this. Never ping on the way. Don't ping. Just walk. When you want them to walk up, start pinging them. Usually think of it least as like. I need to use my E here. Bro. I mean, he'll die. He dies as well. Why is it paying me to be careful? I wanna yoink his camps here. Okay, right now, enemy Ivern, just respawn. I think. Fuck. Oh my god, he has it. I'm trolling. Bro, I wasted so much time. I know, that's okay. We're gonna go Darksteel, I think. And I'm gonna go Ward. Okay, here's the key thing, okay? You should ask yourself this question. How do you lose the game if you're winning? Technically, you can't lose, right? Unless your laners break their arms 2v2, or they disconnect, or they get ganked by enemy jungler, okay? There's no other things. And if you, as a jungler, track constantly where the enemy jungler is, so let's say now, okay, top lane is slow pushing towards Manar, he cannot get ganked. Bot lane is slow pushing towards the enemy, so they might get ganked. So if you're playing a jungle, you have to identify, okay, what does the enemy team see? He sees a slow push, which means a gank opportunity. So if I path towards the top side and I'm not there, they might die, right? Because they have no summoners, if you can see. However, I see Ivern going top side, so in this case, they should be okay. And I don't really need my help, right? So my mid lane is pinging me help, but I think he's okay as well, because he literally saw all of them. So now, it has reversed. Like now I have the big fat slow push. And now I can look for a ball and dive, and Ivern is top side. Same principle. So now I can move behind him, and I can look for him. That is level 5. I don't know if this guy's summoners or not, but... Okay, but it's the same principle, you see? Because Ivern was topside, and it was a really big wave, and because he wasn't there, I killed them. I mean, just don't do this. So now you got a lot, okay? So this is the moment where you don't greed. You just call it, don't get greedy, take the small victory, and base. And that was the same thing, what and when. What are you playing for? I press tab. I'm playing mid slash bot lane. So when am I playing for it? Probably after I take all my camps on top side. And I don't want to do anything, okay? So here's the key thing as well. If you are winning, you want to invade the enemy camps. Wait, I think that's illegal. It's like an Ivern doing Drake, right? Like, I think that's like not too legal. So here's the thing, if you can't really contest them, try to gank mid lane. I can probably only chunk him a bit. Or kill him actually, yeah, that's pretty close. You mad, bro? Okay, wait, he wasn't on a Drake actually. Okay, here's... Oh, whoa. Yo, 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 yo! That's a tilter. That's a tilter. That's a tilter. It took him 40 seconds to do the Drake and he leashed me and I got mid-kill and the Drake and the kill. Yikes. Okay guys, but it's important to not get cocky, okay? So right here, the Herald spawning in 50 seconds. So, I mean, I made my mid-game course without priority list on what you should be playing for. But in general, if you know what you have to play for, and I have as well like some base time rules on my early game course, but if you understand those things, know what you're playing for, know the steps for it, it shouldn't be too difficult. So right now, I don't want to play for the Herald, and I know that I want to invade his top side. If I can invade him and fuck him up, you should do that. So of course, if they play aggressive on mid lane, you fuck him up. I think Penty might go for Ward here on top side, so... It's not. Okay, so I just killed him. Like, think of your cocoon as like an atomic bomb. You land it, explosion. You miss it, your bomb doesn't go off. You need to hit your cocoon. It's like same with Lee Sin, it's like so important. So, okay, here's key thing, okay, too. If you're doing the Herald, it means that the enemy team can only look for a gank. Did you see how I looked for a mid lane gank when he was doing Drake? That's what you can do to push the enemy out, and then you walk together and cancel him on the Drake. Or you kill the enemy jungle, that works as well, right? So here's the thing, I could go top lane here, but I right now know that I want to play mid bot, and if I'm not sure I can kill top lane, I will not go for top lane. I'm just gonna clear my topside camps, and I'm gonna base, spend my gold, and then I play with them. So I know what I'm playing for. The next thing is when, which is probably in 2 waves, so in 1 minute, because I still want the base, and during this time, all I'm doing is tracking what can Ivern do. He should not be able to do jack shit, I think. You can proxy my... Okay, my mid should base. I mean, I don't want to lose my red buff, so I'm not gonna base. So Penty is level 6 as well, and here's the key thing as well. You have to understand tempo. Like, if you understand tempo, what I was gonna say is that Pantheon could push mid lane and roam. So now, I need to spam ping on bot lane to not send it, because there's a Pantheon coming. Maybe I can help them anyway. Okay, here's the thing, we should base as well. Don't greed here, because a lot of players would make the mistake of hitting tower here and pop Herald, but that is not good. Especially in high elo, okay? If you have a lot of gold, and you have Herald, okay? The next time you kill them, you take full tower, the wave, and you get insane tempo. If you pop the Herald here, and let's say you put a tower like till here, it's not that insane. You almost always want to break the tower, ideally, and have a good clean base. And honestly, I'd rather break over mid tower than bot tower, because the moment mid lane's down, bot lane will be down. I'm gonna put up pink ward right here. I mean, I shouldn't have switched, I think, but... I was gonna oink around here.
I know the true path.
Right, top lane's... Oh. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think enemy's mentally GG. I mean, the chat's open, because the game's open. But you guys get the idea, right? Like, if the chat muted, I can explain and play like a human too, but that's just in general the things that I'm doing, and of course more things. I can't explain everything in 10 minutes, but a lot of the information is on my Patreon that you can just watch, and you learn a lot of things. even people that are challenger, they still learn things every single day. Because the information that I'm sharing is not just like, I mean, bottom challenger, right? Because I got rank on 5 times. So I know what it takes to get at least challenger. If you do the right things. But wait, enemy's not FFing? I mean, okay, wait, they can't FF yet, this 12 minute. I mean, I could probably still keep explaining, right? Like, I mean, even though the game is pretty stumped, it's like still the same principles. So you have to think which wave would you like pop Herald, which is, well, that wave. Otherwise, my Herald is Dawn. It's okay to give that. Just take this mid tower here. And then we rotate the top lane tower. So I know in this wave that's coming, we are rotating the top lane. Hopefully he didn't see that. He saw me for sure, but... Okay, I mean... Right now we just play for top tower. Of course, since I'm top lane, in general, you want to be pinging your team on the opposite side to be careful. But in this case, it's not really needed, you know, like... They're pretty strong, I would say. But that's in general the things you have to be doing and understanding, because the game cannot be lost. Well, you can't lose if your team is playing with you. But very often, teammates forget that your jungler's 7-0 and, you know, all they have to do is just wait and they're gonna win a game. And sometimes people forget that, so as a jungler, it's your job to recognize that they might be in danger and ping them to be potentially careful.